Power, worth, elevation, evolve, resistance. I push through the pain to get to the power. I keep going to get this power. I knew that it was given to me by grace and to know my purpose. You get pushed through this pain to get to this power. That tends to give a divine scar, but the power gives you real. Pushing past the pain to let your voice be heard. Pushing past your fears to let your voice be heard. How much faith do you know to overcome your fears? You have blessing to someone to hear. There's a message in your words. There's a power in your voice. Keep pushing through your pain to keep that power. I keep my faith over fear to have the power in my voice to be heard. You have the power. You are resilient and you have the strength. Your voice is powerful and you need to know that you're powerful. Hold on to that power. Hold on to that power. Hold on to that power, which is the power in your voice. Use it to stand by grace. Use it to know your worth. And use it to be ready to show your knowledge. The power in your voice. A platform to redefine, which is inspiring, which is impeccable to give you knowledge, and which is the place for you to grow, to be walking in your purpose, being very amazing. The power in your voice. Hold on to that.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. You have tuned into the Power in Your Voice. This is your girl, Sheena Gadine, better known as the lady behind the mask. Thank you for tuning in to get educated, motivated, and inspired. Thank you for being here today, Professor.
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm good. Can you tell the people who you are and what you do?
My name is James Burley. I am the founder and the CEO of Gifts of Heart Incorporation, non-profit organization. I have my own clothing line. Like I'm just pushing forward. I'm pushing forward. I got a book already out on Amazon. Lessons from experience, the life talk. I also have one that drop out today. I should be hearing the news like at any moment called The Heart of the Source.
That is awesome, awesome, awesome. What made you decide to go into the career of the clothing line and two, being an author?
Going into the clothing line, it all created from the beginning of the whole platform of the Gifts of Heart nonprofit organization. The organization is described and designed for the children to come behind, like the generation to come. Because when I look at kids these days and look at them, it's because you can't look at them and feel no type of way because they have no guidance. So how can you expect someone to do something that they never was taught or don't know how or don't have no information because it ain't given to them?
Absolutely. So, what does your nonprofit provide for them?
The center will be an all year round center. Gifts are hard mean everything free because when you give someone a gift, it's for free. So the center would be provided all year round, everything free. Every year, the center would give out a full scholarship to one. Choose it, it'd be different, but a black urban community school like unprivileged youth such as myself,
Okay. Now, where is this nonprofit located out of?
it would be out of Fulton County, Atlanta, Georgia.
And how would they be able to receive the scholarship?
Like every year, it will be like a contested that will be able to pick which and whatever choose the school that scores the high. But the scholarship will be fully already on the thing the child got to read is the criteria to be able to go. Because you got to think about it. Where we come from, you have kids very smart, very talented, and even finish school. But once you 18 and you finish school, coming from where we come from, the unprivileged community, if they don't find themselves right then and there, it's just gonna happen unconsciously, gonna get caught in the street. Because that's the only thing that
Absolutely.
was put in place.
Absolutely. So, what made you decide to be an author?
But made me decide to be an author because at the end of the day, we all write a story down here on earth. Every single one of us write a story.
So,
So I've
what
been an
is
author.
so what's your message for the people that are reading your books? What do you want them to get out of it?
The book, once you read it and read it from a spiritual mindset, an aspect of life, which is eternity, you will see that the power lies within inside.
Now, writing is a healing thing for some people. So, as you was writing these books, what do you feel that you learned about yourself?
That everything that's on the outside of us is designed and created to keep us confused. So once I understood and looked at it like that, I'm like, oh, and I kept going because as I went to rank, I got to look at my life. I can't look at the life what one would have in their mind of me on the outside. I had to go within and see the, and that's how I came about it. So when I realized that and I look at my life from the beginning to now, it was all destined for me to go through exactly what I went through to get me at right now to be able to tell my story.
Absolutely. So, what do you feel was your greatest challenge during this process of creating the nonprofit, creating the books and everything that you're doing?
Because I'm gonna start at the beginning. When I was 5 years old, my mother had passed. I never had a father. But when my mother passed, by me being five, one would think a child has no knowledge of what just happened, but I understood exactly what was happening. And that's like 2 years later, I was 7 years old. I never forget. My grandma, she was battling dealing with the death of my mother in her way. So, but she always have been kind. So I said that to say this. We always had a house full of people who were battling addiction, drug, liquor. So one night it was this lady, her name Barbara. I grew up thinking she was my auntie, but my grandma didn't know her. So she had a boyfriend, his name was Jimmy. And you know me being 7 years old, I'm still a kid. And he was in the living room, he took his shoes off and he had this smell. And I'm like, oh, your feet stink. But you know, I said, and my grandma heard me. And she came out that room. She said, I don't never want to ever hear you say that no more. So the next day she called me in the kitchen while she was cooking. She said, Coon baby, don't never look down on nobody. Don't never look down on nobody. Always help people, no matter what. Always help people, especially the less fortunate and the one that's battling an addiction. Because at that moment down here on earth, life is hard on them. So always be kind to people and always help people. And a year later, I was 8 years old. I remember it like it was yesterday. My mom came to me in the dream and she said, Coon, I don't care what you do in life. You better always take care of my baby, which is my little sister. And I told her I would. And I went through life and I stood on my word. I always made sure my little sister was good. And when I was 10 years old, the grandfather that I did know who had passed over because he was married way before I got here with my grandmother, he gave me a situation which was an experiment. And he always told me, no matter what you do, on life, like down here, you gonna always have a reaction. So whatever action you put out, always be able to accept accountability, accept this, and be able to stand on it because that's the action you put out, no one else. And I always kept that with me throughout life. And when I look at it, that's exactly who I am because through the old lesson from the age of 7, 8, and 10, it taught me kindness. It taught me accountability. It taught me responsibility. It taught me to always be a giving person. Don't worry about the experience when you give it because it's going to be situation experience you give to people who not appreciative of places you put yourself that's not appreciative and they're going to distract you. But don't let that change who you are. So what was taught to me from those three ages gave me all the drive I need because it was my purpose.
Absolutely. Those are some great purposes. And learning from our ancestors are the best way to thrive.
Hmm.
And it gives you purpose and it gives you, the your ground, like your what's the word I'm looking for? But basically, your stumping ground of where you come from. It
Uh-huh.
gave you your balance to have you to be the person that you are now. It molds you into the
Yes,
the person that you are now.
correct.
So, if you had to tell someone that may be trying to be an entrepreneur, building their own nonprofit, what message would you have for them?
Go off your story. Go off your story. Go off your foundation. Go off your experiences. And When we hold on to past experiences in a negative way instead of letting it grow us, because it's all part of the story. We all writing a story down here. So when you look at it like it's a lesson, because it's a lesson in everything that each and every one of us go through. So in order to be able to give the vision, because it's not about us. You got to keep in mind it's not about us, because you got to look at it in the mindset of the people that was before us. We
Right.
talking about the ones that have fought and sacrificed their life for it. That had nothing to do with them. It had everything to do with us to be able to do what we're doing right now. So that's all it's about. We writing the story. Like when we leave, like what foundation is we putting in place right now for the ones that coming behind us. And then when I look at it like that, like you wouldn't want to go through that, because what we've been through has been through pain. Don't nobody want to go through that. So okay, let me take that pain right here, what I've been through, and show these generations this not the way. But you're gonna have to
Absolutely.
go within.
Absolutely. So, what is your goal in the next 5 years for your brand?
My brand in the next 5 years, I can't tell you the next 5 years, but I can tell you this right here. It's gonna be beyond my imagination. It's gonna be beyond my even comprehension. But it's gonna be so big and so bright, the whole world gonna be able to see it.
So, what's next? So, we just published the book like today.
Uh-huh.
So, what's next?
I'm just letting the spirit lead me. Cause one thing about life, it work in mysterious ways that we'll never fully understand. Just flow with existence. And I guarantee you, long as you keep your heart and your intentions in the right place, you just gonna happen.
Absolutely. So, do you want to tell us a little bit about the book that was released today, and why
Okay, the
did you
book.
title it what it's titled?
Okay, if a person purchase the first one, they'll see. But we talking about the book today. It's designed and to show one that we don't create, we don't control existence down here. We don't control existence. Only thing we create is our own reality. Because everything that we do, from a thought to what we feel in our heart and our attention, it automatically go inside the universe, which automatically gonna create one reality here on Earth.
So, that's what you're expecting the readers to get out of it,
Yes, ma'am. Because it's not even about us.
right?
Cause that be the
Is there
thing. We
going to
be
be a
trying to
part two?
control things. Yes, yes, yes. It gonna
Is it in
continue
the
to go.
works now?
Yes, yes, yes. And I got a shipment of my clothing brand. I create varsity jackets, and the clothing brand also name is Gift for Heart.
Okay. So what? Okay. So let's go to this name. What is the true purpose and meaning of this name of Gifted Heart? Where did it come from?
When I look at my life, what was taught to me don't describe nothing but everything that go with love, kindness, mindfulness, helpful, love, light, thankful, grateful. That is who I am. No, we're not perfect, but the perfect part of us is part of writing the story. The perfect part, the non-perfect part, like our physical, we gotta make it. We gotta make it. So at the end of the day, right now here on earth, if our heart stop, what's gonna happen?
We die.
So okay, I'm gonna ask you again, Miss Shauna, if your heart stop right now, what you gonna do?
I'll be getting buried.
Okay, so check this out. We don't control our heart. Our
Right.
heart is controlled from existence, what your physical eye can't see, only feel from within. And guess what? So that means our heart play one of the main purpose of us being right here on Mother Earth, because we all gonna pass back over. And it was gift to us right now for free. So to give your heart to another outside of yourself is a gift to you at the same time. And they don't represent nothing but love and light.
So where can they find your clothing line? How could they purchase?
At this moment, I'm in the works of putting it on my website, but right now you can find them on Instagram. You'll be able
Okay.
to find them on Instagram.
What name is it going to be under Gifted Heart on
Yes, ma'am.
Instagram?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So after all that, a lot of times we tend to find other avenues. I know you're an author. I know that you are a writer. You are a clothesline. You have many hats. Is there any other endeavors that you're planning or getting into
Right now,
business
I'm in the
wise?
I'm in the works of starting what I already done created, but right now it's getting created right now at this moment as we speak. But another non-profit organization, prison reform. So I want to get this build and did have it set up in a different way with so many different types of programs that's in place to be able to focus on getting people to rehabilitate reentry in a factual time. For as you come into the program and you get out 6 months. Within 6 months, a person would be rehabilitated to go right back to society. And it's focused on getting people out of prison who have been locked up 15, 20, 25 years, who have feel like so that's what I feel like in my heart. I ain't say what I believe. I said what I feel, because what I feel and what I know, and I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna be a part of it. They're gonna create that program to get that started for men and women, but who have been
Absolutely.
gone a long time.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Continue to keep doing the work. Now, is there a message you would like to leave the people before you leave?
Just follow you, and when I mean by follow you, I ain't talking about what's on the outside of you. I'm talking about what's on the inside, which is eternity. Because what's on the outside is only physical.
Absolutely,
So follow
absolutely.
you.
So tell the people how to connect with you, how to work with you. They might want you to come speak somewhere. Give them all the details on how to connect and work with you and network with you.
Where they can contact me on Instagram at Gifts of Hearts One. They can contact me on Facebook at Gifts of Heart.
Absolutely. It's always a pleasure having you here. Our doors are always open. If you have a new brand, you have something coming out, a new book, always contact us. And we are here to help motivate and promote you to all the places that is here watching and listening. As
Amen.
always, I thank everyone for tuning in. This have been your girl, Sheena Gadine, better known as the Lady Behind the Mask. You can find me on Instagram at Lady Behind the Mask 22. You can find me on Facebook at Sheena Gadine. You could always hit my website at www.sheenamastermotivation.com. We are always here to inspire, motivate, and empower. You know how we do. Catch you next time. Life struggles. When life tries to fight you back, you have to be ready to fight back. You have to be ready to stand your ground and be able to. Unfortunately, life is and bold. We learned that there are people that do not want to see you rise. They rather see you fall and be defeated. The strength that you carry is knowledge. Your knowledge is power.